Hello everyone and welcome to Ukulele Underground's Songs Made Easy. My name is Aldrine Guerrero. I'm going to be guiding you through today's lesson we're going to be learning Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Okay, so the song goes like this. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bathe. Tourists covered in oil, strumming my 4-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Okay, so nice easy set of chords. We're going to be learning a classic by Jimmy Buffett called Margaritaville. So, first off, our first chord we're going to learn is a C chord with your ring finger. We're going to play A string, 3rd fret. So I like to use my ring finger for this one because of the changes that we're going to be doing in this song. So some people might not use, their ring finger for the C chord, but, if you take my advice for this one, it'll help get the other chords a lot easier. Alright, so the next chord we're going to learn is an F chord, which is your middle finger on the G string 2nd fret, pointer finger E string 1st fret. So I always tell people make sure to get that nice arch so that you're clearing the rest of the strings and you're only playing the ones that I designate to you folks. Okay, so G string 2nd fret, E string 1st fret with your middle finger and your pointer finger. That's your F chord. So let's play each note, making sure we get them clean. We don't want to hear. That means your fingers are touching the other strings. So you want to make sure your fingers are getting a nice and clear touch. Clear ways so that your other strings don't touch your fingers at all. Okay? And you can kind of already see it here. I use my ring finger for the C chord because when I play my F chord right here, I don't have to, if I use my pointer finger, go from here, then I have to move my entire wrist to play my F chord there. See how much movement that is from the C to the F? But if I'm playing C with my ring finger, I can keep my same wrist position there. See how I'm not really moving all too much from my C chord to my F chord? And that's the reason why I like using my ring finger. Okay, so goes from this, see how much movement? See how, I'm kind of moving my wrist. But if from C here on my ring finger to the F chord, nice and simple. So what it is, I'm just getting these two ready. See my pointer finger getting ready for that F chord already. Go from the C, and I just kind of bring those two fingers down. Okay, so from there we have a G7 chord, which is this one right here. Middle finger on the C string 2nd fret, pointer finger E string 1st fret, ring finger A string 2nd fret. Now, from your F chord, all I'm doing is I'm using this pointer finger as an anchor. I'm leaving that there, and I'm going to swing my wrist around. We've mentioned this here at Songs Made Easy before. I'm going to swing my wrist so that I can get those 3 fingers nice and planted for that G7. Middle finger goes on the C string 2nd fret. Pointer finger stays on the E string 1st. Ring finger on the A string 2nd fret. Excuse me. So play each note to make sure everything's okay. It's a great way to kind of test to see if you're holding the chord correctly. Because if you're not, then you're going to hear these unpleasant trees like this. Okay? Make sure you're hearing everything nice and clean. Making sure that those arches go to their mark without touching anything else. And sometimes our fingers bunch up too much if we keep our wrists straight down here. So if you swing your wrist towards the headstock of your ukulele, it'll help you bunch up 3 fingers on this tiny space here to play the G7 chord. And last but not least, we have a C7. And for the C7, I'm going to use my pointer finger on the A string first fret. And that's so that if I go to the F chord, my pointer finger is going from there, and going to the F chord is nice and simple. And a good rule that that I like to give myself is to make sure my pointer finger, my middle finger, ring, and pinky finger is on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret. They're not necessarily going to always be playing those frets to that finger, but what it does is it helps me kind of separate my fingers a little bit better, so they're not bunched up and jumbled up, so that when I'm playing this and I have to kind of move all sorts of different directions, if I keep those there, so that 1, 2, 3, 4th fret like this, when I'm playing C, it's my ring finger there. When I'm playing F, it's my middle and my pointer finger there. And when I play G7, although middle and ring finger are in the same place, pretty much it goes from this position where my pointer finger is on 1st fret, middle finger is on the 2nd fret, ring finger just goes underneath there. And then C7, so it's just kind of keeping those fingers close to those frets will help you guide your fingers to the right chords. Okay. Now, now that we know all our chords, we have C, we have F, we have G7, we have C7. Our strumming pattern is a nice and simple one. Thumb, I'm going to use the flesh part of my thumb. You can use your nail if you want to use your nail. If you're using your nail, make sure to hold down here, and you're just kind of hitting it nail first like this. So I like to, if you look at it from this angle right here, the nail is kind of hitting it straight on. I get a nice bright attack. If you want to make that attack a little bit more on the mellow side, watch my wrist. It goes down here, and what that does for me is it makes my my thumb a little bit more angled, so that it's gonna hit the flesh instead of it being straight on the nail. So with my wrist being up here, so this is the angle that I'm getting with my thumb. See that? Oh, straight all the way up, lift up here, all the way through. But if I put my wrist down here, see how it goes at an angle? Therefore getting more of my flesh. Okay? So you can do flesh, or you can do with the nail. So this is one of those songs you can use either one. If you want it more bright, definitely use the nail. Okay? And we're just gonna strum 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that on our C chord. In the sunbake, and all of these tourists are covered with oil. Okay, now let's go over the chord progression. So we know our chords, we know our strumming pattern. Our chord progression is going to be a little bit tricky. So let's break it down into verse and chorus. So the verse, nice and simple, we're going to play our C for 3 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's what I did there was on beat 1, I counted out the bars that we're playing. So bar 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Each bar gets 4 beats. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. And I do that to remind myself right in the beginning of the bar how many times I've already played that. Okay, that same chord. So what you're gonna do when you get to there for the 3rd bar, you're gonna switch over to your G7 chord. And see how I'm switching from my ring finger? I'm just gonna slide it back down here, and I'm using that as my anchor, building the chord, the G7 chord around there. So from ring finger, G7 is just one slide back. So from Getting my middle and my pointer finger ready here, just like I did with the F. I'm gonna do the same thing with the G7. Get it ready to be in shape into that G7. And we're gonna play that for 4 bars. So let's try that out. So 1, 2, 3 on the C, 4 bars with the G7. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, G7. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we go back, slide it back over to your C for just 2 beats. So half a measure, half a bar. And then to the C7. Notice I didn't slide my ring finger from C to C7. I'm using a different finger from C to C7. So 2 beats on C, or half a bar, then 2 beats on C7, or half a bar. Okay, so let's try to play that. It goes like this. I'll sing it so that you guys can switch along with me. Ready? 1, 2, ready. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 2, 3, 4, C, C7. Alright, so follow along with me. I'm not gonna say the chords, but just follow follow my fingers. Or if you want to follow along with us, we have the printout or the handout available right below. So if you click on the link below, it should lead you to a printout for Margaritaville. It shows you the chords, it shows you the chord patterns that we're going to be going over. And if you want, you can sign up for a newsletter to get these beforehand. So you get these in advance before Thursday so that you guys can kind of look over it and practice it a little bit. So once you guys get here, you can kind of, you have a little bit of advanced knowledge of what we're going to be doing. And for those of you folks who are beginners now, just remember, whenever we're doing this, and I'm kind of like play along with me, and if you can't quite follow, don't worry about it. This is recorded, so we do have the replays of this, and you can always replay it. You can always do it at your own pace. So you can take that handout, and you can kind of get to know those chords better, or maybe get to know that rhythm better with your right hand, making those switches, and once you get it down, then watch the lesson again and try to play along with us. So this is not a place for you guys to be playing it perfect, although you can. If you can do it perfect. But if you don't worry about it. The point here is to learn a new song and not learn it perfectly the first time. Okay, so it's gonna take some time for some people. Don't get discouraged if you can't follow along with this. Just try your best. Okay, so here we go from C on the verse. 1, 2, ready, C. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, and all of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my 4-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Okay, so verse, pretty easy. We just had 3 chords that we're just kind of switching from, but the chorus is a little bit more involved because we're going to be switching half a bar pretty much the entire time until we get to the end. So here we go, half a bar of F, so 2 beats. Then to the G7, and then C, half a bar, then to the C7. So let's just take a look at those first 2 bars right there. So it goes F, waist in G7, then to C, C7. Okay, once again, F, G7, C, C7. 1, 2, ready, F. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Alright, and guess what? We're just going to repeat those same 2 bars once again. So F, G7, C, C7. Okay? So let's go from the beginning, and we're going to repeat it twice. It goes like this. F. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of song. Alright. So we're halfway there. We're going to start off again with an F chord. So F, half a bar. G7, half a bar. So here's the trickiest part of the song. It goes C for 1 beat, G7 for 1 beat, and then F for 2 beats. And that's what you do. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. So we're going to end it with a bar of G7 and a bar of C. Okay? So let's go from the chorus once again. So you got 4 bars. And we're just going to repeat the same 2 bars. We're going to repeat the first 2 bars 2 times. Okay? Here we go. Follow along with your handout. 1, 2, ready, go. F. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know that it's nobody's fault. Okay, and what we do is we just repeat the whole thing, and we got ourselves an entire song. Okay, so there's only 2 parts. There's the verse and there's the chorus. There's no bridge, no nothing. So nice and simple. And once again, for all of you beginners out there who are following along with us, if you can't quite do it at our speed, or if you're still kind of fumbling with the chords a little bit, you can always pause, and you can always just work on it and then go back, replay that again, or practice throughout the week, because next week here on Songs Made Easy, we're going to be going over all 4 songs that we learned this month. Okay, so all 4 songs this month, we're going to be going over all of them. All right, and that's going to be kind of like Aloha Friday Live Jams, if you've ever seen any of our Aloha Friday Live Jams, but more geared towards beginners, where we do songs like these where it doesn't take too much effort to do them. Okay, so here we go. Follow as best as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, C. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, and all of these tourists covered with oil, strumming my 4-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Here we go to the chorus. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Back to verse. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season, with nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Chorus. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it could be my fault. Verse once again here. I blew up my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. There's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. One more time. Alright, so that does it for Margaritaville. You have your chords, you have your strumming pattern, you have your chord switches, and you have your chord patterns. Once again, if you haven't done so yet, you can download this this handout or printout that we made for you folks by clicking on the link below.
Oh. The link below is to the mailing list.
Ooh, you can sign up for the mailing list and get the handout for Margaritaville.
Just some people were in the chat were like looking for it.
I see.
But it's to the mailing list.
Yeah, so if you sign up for the mailing list, you get the printout for Margaritaville and future printouts that we're gonna have here at Songs Made Easy. Okay, and once again, if you can't follow along or if you're having a hard time, if you're still fumbling over some chords, don't worry about it. Go ahead and go practice those, and we're always here. This is recorded, so you can always come back and rewatch this and try to play this along with us. Okay, so we're here with you every step of your journey, and if you're still having a hard time, if you're saying like, oh, Aldrine, you said to kind of do this, but I'm still having a hard time, make sure to hit us up over at ukuleleunderground.com. So ukuleleunderground.com. Ask us pretty much whatever you want, or if you're having a hard time with anything, you can ask that. We'll try to help you. Okay, so and while you're there, you can sign up for UU Plus to take your ukulele playing to the next level. If you're thinking maybe this is a little bit too easy, or maybe you're looking for other easy songs that you want to do, we have tons of content over at UU Plus you guys can enjoy. All right, and another thing that I want to say is that next week, I already mentioned this, but just a reminder for those of you, we are going to have our Songs Made Easy Jam. So Songs Made Easy Jam is going to be next week, Thursday, where we just kind of jam all the songs that we've been learning throughout the month. So all these songs we've learned: Margaritaville, we've learned Kokee, we've learned what else did we do this month, Kahai? We did
Come and Get Your Love.
Come and Get Your Love. Yeah, there's lots of great songs that happened this month. So if you've been watching, you've been following along with us throughout the month, make sure to polish up those those songs, and polish up some of the songs that we've learned in the past few months as well, because who knows, I might just throw some of those in the mix and play some of those as well. So it's gonna turn out to be just like an Aloha Friday Live Jam with these nice and simple songs. So it's more so less pressure and less less stress to kind of play these things correctly. Okay, and if you're looking for the full version of the song in its original key with some picking patterns and with a little bit more complicated strumming pattern of watching the sun bathe. So if you're interested in that, you can always check out ukuleleunderground.com, where we have that song and many others just waiting for you folks to learn it. Okay, so let's go home with playing the song one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, see. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, and all of these tourists covered with oil, strumming my 4-string on my front porch swing. I wish I had one of those. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Yeah, shrimp. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, Searching for my lost shaker of salt. No, I'm not. I have high blood pressure. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. There's always, but I know that it's nobody's fault. Here we go. I don't know the reason. Stayed here all season. With nothing to show but this brand new tattoo of a butterfly. It's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie butterfly. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know that it could be my fault. It surely is. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, I cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. There's booze in the blender, yeah, and soon it will render, yeah, that frozen concoction that helps me hang on, oh yeah. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, that's a real place. Searching for my lost shaker of salt, hypertension. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, don't, but I know it's my own damn fault. Alright, so that was Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Once again, my name is Aldrine Guerrero, and I'm here from ukuleleunderground.com, so make sure to check out ukuleleunderground.com if you want the handouts to this and future handouts to the songs here at Songs Made Easy. Sign up for the newsletter below. Yeah, sign up for the newsletter and you get these song sheets and you get them in advance as well. Okay, so this is Aldrine Guerrero. We have Kahai and Aaron with us, and on behalf of everyone here, aloha. And make sure to tune in for one-on-one coaching right after this over at UU Plus, where we take private lessons and we bring them to your home. Aloha.